Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Holiday Bowl MVP could crack Cowboys' 53-man roster as UDFA. If you want an example of how close the margins are when it comes to getting drafted or not, we present the case of Dallas Cowboys safety Elijah Clark. Clark, 6'1" and 190 pounds, has the size, or close enough, and talent to play in the NFL. In his final college game for Syracuse, he was named Holiday Bowl Defensive MVP with 6 tackles and an interception in a 52-35 win over Washington State. That followed a season in which he had 61 tackles, 4 pass deflections and an interception as he helped lead the Orange to just their second AP Top 25 finish since 2001. The problem for Clark, who was not drafted, essentially came down to his 40-yard dash time. Clark ran the 40 in 4.5 seconds at the NFL Scouting Combine, which is probably faster than almost anyone you know and faster than many NFL players at his position. It's just slightly outside the range of what NFL teams consider draftable at the safety position. You can make an argument that if Clark had run just 0.05 seconds faster and clocked in at 4.45, or even just 0.01 faster and run it in 4.49, then he might have been picked. It's made Clark a long shot to make the Cowboys' 53-man roster, but now it seems like he has a real shot, even it means bouncing a veteran out of the way in the process. Clark could actually be one of 2 former Syracuse stars to do so for the Cowboys, alongside linebacker Justin Barron, a fellow UDFA. Clark and Barron understand that it won't be easy to make the Cowboys, the Dallas Morning News' Joseph Hoyt wrote on July 9. They still went undrafted, after all, despite being UDFA priorities. Linebacker and safety are both positions stocked with Cowboys veterans. If they both want to make the team, they'll probably have to push one of them out. They'll have a chance. Clark appeared at times with the starting defense during minicamp while veterans Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker dealt with injuries. NFL draft analyst Lance Zierlein had Clark projected as a priority free agent, and he and Barron received the most money of any UDFA on the roster with contracts that include $300,000 in guaranteed money. 3-year starter with below-average size but potential position versatility, Zierlein wrote. Clark plays with solid anticipation in coverage and a feel for attacking throwing lanes when he's in position. He lacks top-end speed but can line up over the slot. He's willing in run support but feels small when taking on blocks or tackling, and that issue will become more pronounced as a pro. Dak declares full go from hamstring injury. Dak Prescott played only 8 games in 2024 due to a hamstring injury. Dallas quarterback managed to take part in spring practices, however, and he has continued to make progress in his recovery. When speaking to the media on Tuesday, Prescott said, via ESPN's Todd Archer, he is now fully healthy. A final checkup with team doctors is scheduled between now and the start of training camp. Provided that goes as planned, the 3-time Pro Bowler will be a full participant in padded practices. During OTAs, the Cowboys took it easy with Prescott. He participated all drills and did most of the work in last month's minicamp. This update is not really huge news, but we needed to hear it from his mouth as to if he was going to be able to have any limitations when spring training starts in less than a month. Now is the time, buddy. Set to carry a league-leading cap charge of over $50 million in 2025, expectations will be high once again for the 31-year-old this campaign. Prescott has 4 years remaining on the record-breaking extension he inked just before the start of last season. With the front office trading for George Pickens, this offense outside of a running back has what it needs to do what they need to do. When you have 2 studs to throw the ball to, no reason why both guys should not have over 1,000 yards. Having 2 1,000-yard receivers for the first time since Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup did it 6 years ago would be quite the return for Dallas. For ESPN's Mike Clay, in his 2025 projections, the Cowboys will have something they haven't had since 2019, 2 1,000-yard receivers. Clay projects Lamb to 1,436 yards and 8 touchdowns from 117 receptions, and Pickens to have 1,023 yards and 7 touchdowns from 72 receptions. CD will likely see far fewer double teams because George is on the other side, ready to cause havoc. If Dak stays on the field, this is good as of a pair that he has had maybe ever. I still worry about the running backs, but if you have to worry about both of these guys on the outside, they should be able to make it work. Let's see how training camp goes, but Dak saying that he is 100% ready to go should be some good news for us fans, like him or not. Dallas Cowboys projected to pull off big trade for towering 6'7" tight end. The Dallas Cowboys are going to be one of the most interesting teams to watch early on during the 2025 NFL season. After failing to miss the playoffs last season, Jerry Jones opted to make some major changes. Gone is former head coach Mike McCarthy. To replace him, Jones went out and brought in first-year head coach Brian Schottenheimer. It was a bold move, but one that will certainly shake up the system offensively. Jones also decided to make a major trade following the 2025 NFL Draft. He went out and acquired wide receiver George Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers. With that being said, fan-sided analyst Cody Williams has named Dallas as the projected trade destinations for Steelers tight end Darnell Washington Jr. He believes that the trade to land Jonas Smith in Pittsburgh could make Washington available. Both Jake Ferguson and Luke Schoonmaker have been fine in the Dallas Cowboys receiving game, but they've left a ton to be desired as a blocker, Williams wrote. With a young offensive line in Brian Schottenheimer's offense, taking a flyer with a team that Dallas has already traded with this offseason on Washington to come in and help add extra protection on the edge would make a great deal of sense, especially if the aim is to also improve the ground game. Washington would be an interesting pickup for the Cowboys. He would give Dak Prescott a massive body to target, especially in the red zone. Throughout his 2 seasons with the Steelers, Washington has racked up 26 catches for 261 yards and a touchdown in 34 games. He has been used as a blocking tight end heavily. Adding Washington's skill set to the Dallas offense would be a wise decision. He could help open up the running game and would also be utilized in formations to keep Prescott upright and healthy. Even though he isn't a star-caliber player, Washington could be exactly the addition the Cowboys' offense needs to take the next step.